sure. I don't believe that for a second. But here we go. The game is getting underway. Noctis and Stermy on Furious Heights. Map number 2. Tosspot once again take us away.
On board with Noctis as he drops down to collect that red and follows it up with the yellow. Stermy has Mega on the other side of the map, and it'll be the match poised for one another. Rocket collected by Noctis as he goes over towards the side as neither player has laid eyes on one another just yet. And these early exchanges, you can hear the LG of Stermy, and that's what tipped off Noctis as the red comes up. Stermy will rocket up towards him, but Noctis does land his rail onto Stermy. Stermy escapes and gets out of there as he's picked up the red from the Australian and goes through.
Alright, so we have the Mega spawning here, and Noctis with that defense, trying desperately not to let Stermy get it. Stermy, of course, pushing forwards across that bridge, right on Noctis's feet, jumping there with the rockets, and Noctis going to fall back. Actually, Stermy not able to kill him, not able to do actually that much damage. Noctis coming away fairly good, well off of that. Almost 200 armor after the red pickup, and Stermy is relentless with his pursuit of Noctis, with that shaft out, and those opening rockets from Noctis could be the saving grace as Noctis slips away from Stermy's clutches once again.
Stermy was down to 35 points off that exchange, so Noctis was in. It was the opening double rocket that did all the damage, and from there Noctis forced the issue, despite the fact Stermy went into that having picked up Mega and Yellow.
Indeed, and waiting for this Mega. Actually pretty delayed. The Mega is very delayed so far. 15 seconds or so, and the red is the next big item coming up. Noctis creeping up these stairs, crouching. He knows Stermy's there. Stermy spots him, and Stermy too smart to be fooled for that, but the rocket bounce is going to be pretty good for Noctis, and the rail follow-up. Stermy it's got to be weak right now, and there it is. The LG finish. Once again, Noctis is going to take the lead here. Well, for the first time on this map at least, 1-0 in the first 2 minutes, and his stack is pretty mighty as well.
A fantastic play from Noctis to take the lead, and he will look to change this one out. He was in the ascendancy for maybe a minute there, and now he's got caught Stermy trying to go for the Mega. Stermy has fallen down, but to go through the teleporter, gets the Mega, LG to LG. Noctis comes out on top, took out 200 points of health from Stermy at that, throughout the duration of that exchange, and for Stermy, this has not been the start he was looking for on his map.
It indeed was not, and you said before, Stermy, what does he want? He wants a good start. And again, he's had for maybe one good start so far at Team 6, but here, last time on Furious Heights, he's able to turn it around, and here, Noctis is bearing down on him and finding Stermy hiding in that corner, and 2 direct rockets will finish him off. And did that rail connect onto Stermy there? I'm not sure, but Stermy, okay, it did connect, and Stermy with 50 armor, 100 health, Noctis coming in on the high areas of this map, trying again to ambush Stermy, see if he can find him. Stermy below, Noctis can hear him jumping, he's poising himself above that jump pad. No, Stermy needs an LG. Is Stermy going to go up the jump pad? Noctis not sure exactly where he is right now, but he knows the red is spawning, so he's just going to drop now and grab that red. Stermy with the rail though, as to negate some of that red pickup.
Interesting stuff as Noctis defends that 3 frag lead. He's down to, he has to collect those shards to replenish some of the armor. Stermy's pounding him out. Rail goes across towards the Mega, and Stermy in the end relinquishes the Mega. 2 yellows are up as Stermy is going to go LG to rocket here as Stermy's LG licks away at Noctis and downs him. Stermy picks up the red and senses now is his chance. Gets the yellow very quickly as well and is going to go looking for Noctis. Stermy not actually with a full complement of health, down to 59. Sees the second yellow and sees Noctis though. Good rocket lander from Stermy will have done significant damage. There's that LG coming out from Noctis as Stermy jumps across the Mega pad. Noctis coming out with his LG, and Rocket's now trying to take down the Italian as the Mega goes up, and Noctis' LG is waiting for Stermy if he tries to make this jump. It's a risk Stermy takes in some style with a reverse LG down onto Noctis. He's going to chase him all the way around here, lands the rail in midair. He could just blow on Noctis and he would die, but he will let him escape.
He does indeed. Stermy, look at him go. Stermy now with 2 to 3. He needs one more frag to tie the game up. and he's trying to find Noctis. Picks up that LG, replenishes that ammunition that he so needs. There's Noctis, he drops down to the red. Good LG engagement, so much damage. Noctis though with some return himself. 49 health remains for Stermy, but that is all he's going to need to finish off Noctis as he grabs the frag and the red, and with Mega on the spot, he's chasing for the frag, but fortunately not connecting with these rails. I think he is missing a little bit more than he usually would, and he's got to be feeling that, but right now he's dealing with it pretty well, adapting to the situation, and as Noctis goes through that teleporter, Stermy will be looking for the frag and really trying to chase, and Noctis taking those rails, there's chances to rail him back, but luckily for Stermy, those are going to be misses, and Stermy pushing his way back into this mega area will be trying again to search for Noctis because he needs the frags now. He's got the stack, just needs the position of the engagement.
3-3, halfway point past. Noctis one map up against Stermy in a match that the Austrian must win. He will find himself out of tournament. Noctis will start through here now as he pushes forward. LG to LG, he's done a lot of damage, but not enough in the end. Stermy down to 60 points of health as Noctis goes through. We switch over to Noctis on his 40 points of health as he goes towards the yellow. Almost steps into the path of that rocket, but does get over to the yellow in the end. Fires over towards Stermy and forces the retreat, but no one willing to give away the lead.
Stermy even self-damaging himself so that he can take that 50 and deny it from Noctis, and picking up that armor along the way, and Noctis with the mega pickup, and oh wow, hits that rail for Stermy. Stermy is not going to be feeling too good about that one, and Noctis really building his stack up and diminishing with his railgun, diminishing Stermy's, but Stermy with a response of his own, and here comes the fight over the red. Noctis with some self-damage again onto that wall with that rocket, and he's now kind of trapped. He's turning around, doesn't really know what to do at this spot. He knows that Stermy is going to be wanting to try and punish Noctis in this position. He can hear the Stermy walking through the water. The puddles are making a lot of sound, and Noctis able to find his way out. Stermy goes, just gives up the ghost and moves over to the mega.
There we go, exchange coming in as rocket drops down. Stermy's LG is good and has follows it up with the rocket to convert it into frag number 4. Picks up the red for his troubles, and this leaves Stermy in a lead of just 1, but he wants to convert that into 2. Can't find Noctis. He's in a perfect health and armor position to take a fight. If only he could have found Noctis, who evades. Yellow is up. There's Noctis this time around, and Stermy does some damage with that LG. It's going to look to do more here as the items slowly all become available as red, yellow and mega are all up. All the colours of the rainbow become available for Stermy and Noctis takes the mega as that will put him right back in the driving seat because he landed a rail that took Stermy down to 50 points of health, and Stermy has to settle for those for the yellow and red. Rocket into the chest of Stermy, and that leaves Noctis feeling a little bit confident going into this because he thinks, well, Stermy must be low after all the hits I've made.
Indeed, and Noctis again and this upper area drops down onto Stermy with a good rocket right to Stermy's face, full direct damage. 7 health remains to Stermy. Incredible stuff from Noctis there, really good prediction. Stermy sticking his neck out a little bit too far and eating the damage as a result. And Stermy with the mega pickup though is going to save himself, is going to get stuff going again for himself so that he can take a big fight, and finding Noctis is what he needs to do. Well, in fact he doesn't really need to find Noctis because Noctis is going to come to him. Noctis is the one who needs the frag. Stermy just needs the items, just needs to keep denying and keep taking all the resources and keep it all away from Noctis right now. Noctis is with only 100 armor and Stermy is sitting pretty with this 130, 160 still. So Noctis, as you can see, is above on those stairs looking for Stermy. There's Stermy in the corner below, goes through the teleporter. We have the mega up on the spot. Noctis with his LG aim trained on those upper positions, trying to see what damage he can do. Goes from the teleporter, there's the mega pickup. Stermy goes for the engagement. Who's going to come out on top? Stermy with the rail miss, and oh my god, it's Noctis with the kill on that one and gets the red as well as a result. I think that Stermy's going to be disappointed with that one. I thought for sure that he had that.
I thought Stermy had it, but then at the moment it turned, he didn't know when to get out, and he just kept fighting, and that really gave Noctis the opportunity. 4-all is the score, and Noctis will feel like it's advantage him. Stermy's got 50 seconds to, I would say, force overtime at this moment in time. We've only had 1 overtime today. The second would be absolutely darling as he makes his way through. Noctis down on the bottom, looking for Stermy. May have just caught a glimpse of him on the top. Rails exchanged, and Noctis collects the Mega. Stermy has got 100 health and just 18 armor. He wants that yellow. He needs that yellow, and he does pick it up. But everything else is with Noctis. With just 20 seconds to go. DDK, are we going to overtime?
I think we will be going to overtime. Noctis for sure doesn't want overtime, but I don't think he can get a Stermy in time. But, I mean, if he's Backstein or someone who's very proficient with these rocket jump attacks, he could try to make it happen. But I think going for the sure thing is better. But Stermy with those rails puts Noctis to 88, and Stermy himself with the same health. And overtime it is. Who's going to get the frag, the first frag of overtime? It remains to be seen, as we have Stermy on the bottom level trying to sharp, using that teleport to get to the top level. The contestation of that Mega is so crucial, and it's going to go to Noctis as well as this yellow, and Stermy gets out of there. Smart play from Stermy in the end. He was, well, here we go. The Noctis comes charging at him with the LG. Rails all Stermy's got to answer with, as he reluctant to pull out that LG, and now is penned in by the Rockets. We'll get out of there. But yeah, smart play from Stermy. He felt on that double rail exchange going into overtime that he had an advantage, but realized when they were duking it out at the Mega, actually, Noctis is quickly healthed up, and this isn't a fight I can win. Got out, got down to the Mega, got up to 100, and has ever since been in a relatively balanced position to face Noctis, who's about 50 up on health and armor on each until he took that Mega, and Stermy's waiting around the corner, and Stermy needs to land a big hit now to balance the equations out once more. Indeed, and Stermy has to win this. The pressure's on, because if he loses this, he's out of the running. And here comes Noctis. Here he comes. So 150 health and 60 armor is what Noctis has to work with, and the Mega is running 10 seconds. There is Stermy trying to see, I mean, always playing these angles correctly, always giving himself a way to escape. These escape options are absolutely crucial to keep in mind. And Stermy taking a lot of damage as he retreats up those stairs, even more still as Noctis pursues. And unfortunately for Noctis, though, Stermy is going to get away at this point in time. But there is Stermy again, and the shaft for Noctis is good. That was excellent LG work from Noctis. Took Stermy down, I imagine, to less than 50 health at that point, but he got the Mega, and Stermy has no armor to speak of, though. And at 4-4, Stermy collects it, and we are just about to hit that overtime buzzer once more. Time flies when you're having fun, and that's all we have here on FACEIT TV. Nothing but fun, fun, fun. Double overtime. Reminds me of Kovlan 2, I'm afraid. The double overtime. DDK's finest hour at Kovlan 2, which was, let's just say, the reason DDK went AFK for a couple of years, because he was living off the glory of his victory in Coventry. But 2 minutes and 20 says the clock. We are 20 seconds into the second overtime. Stermy lurking around this low area with 200 armor, and 20 seconds until the Mega spawns. So it's really about this next red, and he's really trying to find this fight, this drop from Noctis. But Noctis is so cautious, being shy, being coy right now, because he doesn't want to take the engagement, because he knows that Stermy is down there, and he respects Stermy's aim, his fighting abilities. And here comes Noctis, though, with the drop down, catches Stermy by surprise, and the LG work is really good from Noctis. Stermy's in a lot of trouble with the yellow pickup, but the Mega is sitting on the spot. Noctis is going to grab it, and Stermy's still in a lot of trouble. So much trouble that he is going to get fragged even after the rocket jump escape top spot. It's not looking good now in the final minute. Stermy had to rocket jump to get out of there. He was trapped. Unfortunately, all the rocket jump did was make him an easier target for Noctis, who now with his LG is going to look to try and finish this off. Misses the rail, and Stermy's got 45 seconds to get a frag and take us to a third overtime. But that rail lander from Noctis as he falls back is just going to nullify any more health that Stermy may have been able to pick up. Noctis happy to wind down the clock a little bit as well as he waits for the Mega to come up. And Stermy's plasma doesn't connect. Just 25 seconds left of what could be Stermy's FACEIT Cup. And Stermy with the LG engagement, can he win this one over? Can Noctis? Noctis finishes him off. That was his last chance, unfortunately. And Noctis now, what can you say? I think he's got this 2 frags up, 10 seconds left. Yeah, he's picked this up, and what's interesting in this equation is that he's picked it up by 2 maps to 0. So that's going to put Noctis on 2 victories with 4 maps 4 and 1 against. No, 4 maps 4 and 3 against.